everyone, Alex of All Trades here, and I am back with a Fright Friday live stream. It's been a month because we had Spooktober, but we are back with Call of Cthulhu, and I know I have to escape the portrait demon, get over to, I think it's from, if you look at it from the portrait, it's on the right, that dagger. Get that dagger, run up to the portrait, and stab it. Pierce, Colden and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow. Francis Saunders, an art collector and friend of the painter who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. I'm trying to remember seeing this guy die, and I really don't know what happened there. Right into the cutscene. Gotta save Anthony Powell's life. He really does look horrified, by the way. I have to say, Pierce does not look that good. He looks exactly how I would think a man who isn't able to sleep at night and has anxiety and like various neuroses would look. Like, not great.
What the hell was that?
It was awful, is what it was. Gonna sneak over here. Because even though I need to go to the right, I know it's easier to go this to the left first to get past this thing, and then go to the right. We'll see. We can come over this way. Or not! No! Ah! Still over there. Is it gonna come back again? Ah. Yeah, it's getting closer! I just realized it was getting closer. God damn it, it keeps going back over there! Like, seriously, how did I get over there before?
Damn. This dagger looks different.
Because it is. Get over there. Get over there. Get over there. Ah! First try after my vacation from Call of Cthulhu. Because I didn't really take a vacation, I just worked harder. Oh no, it's trying to take me into the portrait world! No! Whew. I did it. Oh no! What's happening to my hand? Am I still going into the portrait anyway? Oh my god. Do it. Do it. Do it!
What's the matter with you?
Or don't. Okay. Don't do it.
You sure you won't be needing that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You didn't see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Kind of. Ah.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
Oh!
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
What?
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart.
Yes.
I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
Okay.
It's not your style to give me free information like that.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I've still got things to settle with Irene.
Oh wow, he looks like her. Shambo turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins, as a huge creature came out of the painting to attack Pierce. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He later discovered that the dagger he used to repel the creature had been sold to Saunders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decides to pay the library a visit. I have something to say about these loading screen summaries, is that they're literally, for the most part, summaries of what I played. I wish they, but sometimes they give you extra information that happens in the blank spot between the chapters, so I'm sort of like, maybe just put that information. Oh. Everywhere you go, shit happens. It's like Miller from The Expanse. Shit just follow you around. That's what he says about Holden. Alright. Cat found out where the dagger that pushed back the creature came from. A certain Algernon Drake sold it to Saunders. I've got to speak to him and find out what I lived through, if what I lived through really happened. I left the Saunders house, still shaken by my encounter with the Shambler. Thanks to Kat's indications, I ended up at the Nameless Bookstore, a haunt for devotees of esotericism. The place seems to have been burglarized. Who could have done such a thing? I don't know. I have 2 points. What's it say over here? Ritual death of Francis. Oh, that was the guy in the asylum that I saw get, like, tossed around. That's right. Meet the Shambler. My sanity is getting lower. It is in Francis Saunders' private gallery that Pierce discovers the identity of the Shambler, a huge artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. When Pierce approached it, a creature burst forth from the painting and immediately chased it after him. This beast from another dimension has such a hold on the mind of a person who finds himself in its presence that a simple glance in its direction is enough for Pierce to lose some sanity. Pierce finally managed to send the Shambler back into the painting using a dagger engraved with a strange symbol, but this encounter has left its mark on the psyche of the investigator. Still under the influence of the creature, he almost stabs his own hand. Shaken. The ordeals you have gone through have left their mark, but you still manage as best you can. You keep your mind busy in order to chase away doubts and painful memories. You still have some way to go. Who knows where your mind could lead you along the paths of insanity. Okay, who's the new one? What's their new one? Oh no, it's places. And a cult. Saunders residence. The Saunders house, all in shades of red and in gold. Wait. Why is in over there? Is impressive, but nothing matches the private gallery of Francis Saunders. The place is huge and entirely dedicated to his passion for troubling and macabre works. Defaced figures of virgins, sacrificial daggers, statues of monsters, and the painting that led him to his demise takes center stage. The Shambler, a painting by Sarah Hawkins, a close friend of the couple. What happened in this room? I will never be able to forget it. Okay. Dagger of the Ancients. It's quotes. This exceptional dagger of Ottoman origin probably dates from the 16th century. It bears the elder sign on its hilt. What part of that is the hilt? It apparently belonged to Pargali Ibrahim Pasha. Why do I feel like I should be getting this information from the bookstore? Grand Vizier at the court of Suleiman the Magnificent. Legend tells that Pargali used the symbol on the dagger to protect the court from a creature that haunted the mirrors of the palace. What is certain is that Suleiman had his vizier executed. Did he fear him after this demonstration of power? Extract from Art and Mysticism, Francis Saunders' Forgotten Objects. Painting of the Shambler. The painting was exposed in Francis... why does it say exposed? Do you mean... exhibited? In Francis Saunders' gallery, but I think that the creature no longer requires it for movement. It went to hunt down Saunders in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. I do not know where it comes from. One thing is sure, it's starving. Did I succeed in sending it back to its world? I am not sure. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Inventory. Not much. Okay. Amulet. Sleeping pills. The Whale and the Cod, A Brief History of Darkwater by Erwin Greenmouth, is focused on the past glory of the island. Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 3. This volume spends some time on Reverend Whitwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having. Since their arrival on the island, some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the lost tribe. Dissertation of an anatomical question. Is the work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Okay.
Where is the bookseller?
I don't know why, but I expected this to be in third person. There's no reason why I should have, but...
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Oh. The pastor declared himself to be the prophet. He renounced God, and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to this voice in his head because it holds the truth. Darkwater History, Harry Campbell, Volume 2. A Puritan colony, led by Reverend John Whitwood, settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They believed it, although calling it Darkwater, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be thinking of Pirates of Darkwater. I don't know if you guys have seen that cartoon, but I remember I watched it when I was a kid, and then, like, it like didn't get any like reruns or anything, and I remember thinking like years later, did I dream Pirates of Darkwater? And then like I found I did find it eventually, because I was like, how do I even look this up once the internet was a thing? I did finally find out what I was talking about, because obviously Darkwater makes me think of it. They believed it was because of the peculiar color of the rocks surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which were the Hawkins Manor, the church, and the cemetery. Wait a minute. Does that mean that Hawkins Manor predates the Hawkins family, or that the Hawkins family has been here since the 17th century? The rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares and deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century in a sort of Roanoke way, huh? Which, by the way, most people believe that the Roanoke colonists just joined a Native American tribe because they, you know, had food and water. They don't think that they died. Breviary of Medicine, Tome 3. Even a few years back, it was possible for a single practitioner to know all the medical knowledge of his time. This book, which concludes the series, shows that this is now virtually impossible. Yeah, that's actually true. About 10 renowned doctors took part in putting together this collection. I try to rotate it, but it's like... there's never anything on it. Yeah! Well, medicine went up. What's with the skeleton? I cannot remember. Oh. Would you read the book? Yeah?
What does this strange book contain? This book contains unholy knowledge.
Oh. Well, that means my occult's going up. That looks like the Shambler! This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I had never heard of. Divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work of the bestiary of the myth. Without giving details on the mythology to which it refers, its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Yeah, that's the Shambler. My coat went up, yeah! Ooh, I'm getting close to... How do I put my light away? I don't remember, it's been too long. Middle mouse button. Okay. Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection, Book 2. As precise and illustrated with as much detail as the first volume, this book focuses on healing surgeries specific to malformations and motor disorders. Okay. Yeah! The bookstore is a great place to up your occult and medicine. Biology. Ah, that's why there was medicine over here. Is there anything else? This says mythology. Oh.
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement. Its followers placed truth on the same footing as a religion.
These Tibetan writings are at the origin of the esoteric movement founded by Helena Blavatsky at the end of the 19th century. The creator of Theosophy would have drawn extensively on the text of this work, but no one has ever been able to consult them. I thought they didn't exist. This book, discovered in the nameless bookstore in Darkwater, could be as much a fake as irrefutable proof of Blavatsky's sincerity. Oh. Interesting. Oh, I upped my occult again. Hey! Got it up to 3. Theology? I'm just being, a little bit more thorough.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Mostly bullshit. This practical work, written by Sigmund Freud for psychologists. You mean for psychologists? As in plural? Describes the techniques of analytical interpretation of dreams. It's like, that's shamanism. It's the same fucking thing. The analysis must follow several rules, especially that of free association, a principle announced by Freud at the end of the 19th century. It treats dreams as a way of revealing buried desires. I cannot, written as 2 words, believe that this theory is applicable to my nightmares. Who wrote, like, for how much text there is in this game, who wrote it, and how good was their English? Oh, that upped my medicine? Weird. Linguistics? Or literature? Linguistics. I cannot read that. What is that? Whoa. Who would put books up there? You can't get any of those. I don't know why I keep thinking that'll be something. It isn't. What's this say? Archaeology? Ah. What is this? What is with these drawings? Interesting goblet. But he just has the Holy Grail here. Darkwater History, Harry Campbell, Volume 4. In the 19th century, as the American whaling industry reached its peak in the rest of the world, whales gradually disappeared from the waters surrounding Darkwater. This phenomenon appears even more mysterious because up till then, the region was a favored refuge for cetaceans. In 1847, after months of pursuit, Scylla returns to port with a gigantic creature on board. Its crew asserts that the sea monster had eaten all the disappeared whales. After a night of ferocious combat, the survivors managed to drag the beast onto the whaling ship. Alchemy? No. I have no idea what it says, but I doubt it says that. I feel like that.
What happened here?
Yeah.
Let's start over. Where did they break in from? Blood. Seems like amateur work.
Yeah, how did they not do a better job of breaking that?
To whom does this footprint belong?
Okay, you fuck up grammar, like, constantly in this, and then have him correctly say, to whom does this footprint belong to? Most Americans and, like, just native English speakers don't get that one right. And you just nail that one? Maybe because it's highly formal, so they got that.
This burglar seems to be rather clumsy.
Clumsy is not the word I would have thought of.
What sort of thief leaves his tools at the crime scene?
Bad one? You already said so.
What killed all these animals?
They look like mostly cockroaches. How close do you want me to get to that?
What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work?
it looks like he opened it and a bunch of dead animals came out. That's what it looks like to me. Why is it doing like a computer glitch thing?
What the? Charles Hawkins?
How did you pick up on that?
What's happening to Hawkins? What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess?
Ow!
Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
What is with these why would you do this like computer glitch effect? I would think you would want to do something else.
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here.
Except for the fact that he put it behind one of Sarah's paintings. Charles Hawkins tried to burglarize Algernon Drake's bookstore, but how is it possible given that he is supposed to be dead? Why are you asking that question? You ran into him. There's a lot more behind the story than a mere conjugal drama. Don't use the word conjugal like that. What did Sarah Hawkins and Algernon Drake try to hide in the latter's safe? So Algernon Drake, the owner of the bookstore, also knew Sarah Hawkins. Their relationship went far beyond that of a seller and a faithful client. She helped him to protect an object. They hid it in the back room safe, and Sarah Hawkins painted this strange symbol on the door. Charles Hawkins must have wanted to steal it. I must open this safe and find out what's hidden inside. How can I find the combination? It seems like Charles Hawkins wants what's in that safe, but he can't open the safe. And if I, as Pierce, open the safe, Charles Hawkins is going to take it from me. So maybe Pierce shouldn't be a dumbass and leave it in the safe. Oh, my sanity keeps getting worse. Is there some way to make it better? The Nameless Bookstore. I've never seen such a collection of works on magic and occultism. Algernon Drake, the owner, prides himself on being a luminary in the study of esoteric phenomena. The library was ransacked during an attempted burglary. It holds numerous rare or forbidden works. Its back room houses a safe protected by an ancient symbol. The burglary. The Nameless Bookstore burglar came through the door. A bit further, some knocked over objects allow the trail to be followed into the back room. There, the mess next to the safe confirms the person's aim. However, there is no material evidence to support my hunch as to the identity of the burglar. Charles Hawkins did indeed appear to me, as well as the star symbol on the door of the safe. I cannot, again, one word, determine if the presence of Sarah Hawkins in my projections is the result of the unconscious work of my mind, or whether it proves that the case obsesses me. Because I just found a bunch of books. I can see the symbol right now. I know what he means. Oh.
Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. It is possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this plane of reality in order that they may be recovered and burned. The funeral urn must be given to my dear mother if she is still of this world. Sorry. The following message is of capital importance. Fuck. Words come out of my mouth. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates acuity as sharp as mine can hope to gain access to my most precious possession. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Biology, mythology, alchemy. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Oh, I love that. That's really cool. Indeed, despite my preference for organized chaos, I must admit that reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that they deliver its content into the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armitage of Miskatonic University. The content of this safe is not only a vast digest of knowledge, but also a weapon that is far too dangerous for it to fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will be able to appreciate the danger that this represents, and that you will act accordingly. In any event, I will neither be there to guide you, nor to suffer from your actions. Oh, this was the perfect opportunity to put something on the back. Treat's memoirs are a single page. Pretty sure that's the last will and testament. Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection, Book 1. The least that can be said about this book is that its title is well conceived. The illustrations of human anatomy and dissection methods presented are illustrated in great detail. Why did you put illustrations and illustrated in the same sentence? You have to be that's supposed to be of strong heart. You have to have, yeah, I would say of strong heart. You have to have a strong heart, or the detachment proper to doctors to consult its pages. Medicine went up again. So many amazing books in this place.
Is everyone on this island taking sleeping pills?
Found these sleeping pills in the bookshop. Does the bookseller suffer from insomnia? That's actually a really good question. Are they all suffering from insomnia?
What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
This key that bears the Elder Sign is the only one able to protect your psyche. It is in the form of a cylindrical medallion hanging at the end of a heavy chain. Hundreds of years ago, the star and the branch, whose purpose is to push back the forces of the great old ones, were engraved at its center. Everything points to it being Charles Hawkins that tore it from its last owner, an Egyptian antique dealer. In press cuttings that mention the misdemeanor, the date of the robbery coincides with the last of Hawkins' trips to Cairo. It remains to be seen whether he knows of the true purpose of the artifact. Try to find it. Yeah. The Kedley Museum of Egyptian Wonders closes its doors. Sold for $2,053. It makes noise. I'm seeing some weird graphical glitch every once in a while, and it turns white in a spot. Okay, so biology. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Arkham editions. Never heard of him.
A collection of long-term astrological predictions written in verse, written by Nostradamus, translated by E. Leonie and Theophilus Widebridge. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and work on esotericism. Is that right? Esotericism? Yeah, and the supernatural.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
Opera in 8 acts by Buenvenido Chieti Brodadera. You would think I would be able to pronounce that better given my last name. An infamous lyrical work published in Italy in 1768. It is said that the opera was performed only once, resulting in an audience riot that left several dead and missing. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology, a luxurious collection of treatises and works on esotericism and the supernatural.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
God, what the hell? A book of spells supposedly written by the legendary King Solomon. It contains various rituals of invocation and rituals of curse. What a weird way to phrase that. Re-edition by Claudia D. Waits, based on L.W. D. Lawrence's original. This volume is part of the Arkham Anthology. I'm not going to read the rest of that again.
Arkham Editions? Never heard of him.
You should stop saying that. A book of spells supposedly... Oh. Wait a minute.
How many volumes are there in this
That's
collection?
2, the same book.
Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Written by Hermes Trismegistus, translated and edited by Nathaniel M. Copiolus. This collection of texts on different beliefs was written by a legendary philosopher. It includes a translation of the Emerald Tablet, a popular text among 16th century alchemists.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of him.
An ancient Frisian manuscript translated by William R. Sandbach. The text claims that in the distant past, Europe and other continents were controlled by the mothers of this people, and moreover that our alphabet is derived from the Frisian language.
How many volumes are there in this collection?
A collection of essays on American folklore and urban legends written by Albert Wilmarth, professor at Miskatonic University. That's a lot. Let's look in mythology first.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide.
Oh, I found
I
2 and
should
3.
perhaps listen to them.
Wait, how do I listen to them? Oh, there's a gramophone in the other room. That's right. I need to find the first one. Rather than try to guess what he means, I'm just gonna search his whole bookstore until I get a prompt. Not like it's huge or anything. There's so many skulls in this place.
Things are not looking good.
Oh, yeah. Jesus. Really not good. So where's the first one? Is it around somewhere, or... I found one of them. Missed a ton. I can't find the first one. Poetry. History. Linguistics. Archaeology. This place is kind of a mess. Theology, mythology. I would think it would be somewhere around here. Astronomy.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Four.
friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Whispering is annoying. So, Algernon Drake, the owner of the books. How can I find the combination? Oops. Sorry. Wait. You're saying I do have the first one? Why did I? Because it only showed me two.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
I called it the Holy Grail. Apparently he called it too.
The Chalice of Knowledge.
This goblet seems to be very ancient. It seems to be made of gold and decorated with real precious stones. Do the rubies and sapphires make a special motif? Let's see. 1, 2. So after this break. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is annoying. 5. There's 5 of them. Maybe 9 is right? Wait, what was the name of the book? Let's check that one. Wait, it said it... No. Alright.
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake... What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about
It's
in his
still
message.
9. Am I wrong?
What did Drake say about this collection?
Let me try. It's like being in an escape room. Let me try seeing if this time if I rotate it does something.
Drake talked about a particular volume.
No. This is the particular volume he talked about. Right there. It was 3. Don't count the queen. This is a mistake. Oh, his face looks messed up. I didn't notice that. Stop looking at things! I don't know if you've noticed this, Pierce, but the more you watch shit, the crazier you get! You're gonna be crazier! Okay. Read the Necronomicon, the Book of Dead Names. In the Nameless Bookstore, Pierce traced the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find what the latter and Sarah Charles had. Why does it say ladder there? And Sarah Hawkins. Oh my god! So many of these mistakes are just really fucking weird. Had hidden there. A book covered in human skin. Lied? I'm pretty sure it's lay inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. Period? Just. What? Irresistibly attracted the detective. Okay, I get it. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. That's not what that seemed like to me. Oh, Jesus Christ, the white screen.
This man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
No, that's what's happening right now.
Of course. I'll see what I can do.
Is that?
Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
For how
More
long, though?
and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin, tender at the touch, slightly sticky. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Well, that's gross.
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
So, Doctor, an opinion?
I'm not sure I have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
Like his
He
organs?
hasn't eaten
I'm
in
kidding.
days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
No, it's called a
Whatever it
parasite.
is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
He's turning into a monster.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Yes, it does. He's mutating. Yes, thank you. Finally, for catching on to what I already knew.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No,
No.
Cthulhu monsters.
This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What I'm doing?
Examining him.
How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear Marie. I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Why
Your
do you look
imagination
so
is
awful?
without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Dude, he's dying.
His limbs? His body temperature? I don't know what experiments you've undertaken, but this is going too far.
Oh, I sense some excitement beneath your indignation. Could it be you wish to join me in my scientific endeavors?
You are a brilliant physician, Dr. Fuller, but this man has the attributes of some kind of animal.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man,
he's dying.
others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet.
To be
It
mutated?
will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
A crazed
Is
psycho?
that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
Here's what you could do. Document this, and and any other patient you can find, and submit it to a journalist anonymously. That's what you can do.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep Mum.
Okay. So right now I'm Sarah. I found a book in the bookseller's safe. There was something wrong with it. It smelled of death and putrefaction. I had a bad feeling. I read it to understand why I had such feelings. What happened after that? Where am I? What? Weird. Oh, it's grayed out. I can't click it because I am not in. Go to Fuller's office. See, I kind of feel like Brandon and maybe her as well, Colden, are not really the people that he's hanging out with anymore.
Chronic insomnia. Like half the island.
I don't know, he seems asleep. Tranquilizers.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
Is it October 31st? No, it's October 28th. It's so weird that they go down like that. It's Tuesday, October 28th.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Where the hell am I hearing that? Oh, over here.
No, you're pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan?
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you naughty girl. And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait and see the next time the water's cut off. It's a real show.
This very interesting book aimed at a wide public demonstrates how non-recognized sciences have influenced modern medicine, magnetism, grandmother's secrets, Chinese acupuncture, hypnosis, herbal medicine, alchemy, and many others have contributed to a certain extent to the enrichment of medicine at the beginning of this century.
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Gentlemen, may I help you?
We're waiting on news regarding our mother, Maureen Harding. She came in with a kidney problem, but we haven't heard anything since.
I'm sorry. Dr. Fuller is a very busy man.
Well, is there anyone else who can tell us what's going on?
She's our only family, you know? And we can't
You're
even see
each
her
other's
medical
family,
file.
too.
Don't worry. I'm aware our institution is not always welcoming. But your mother is in good hands. I'll tend to her myself, and keep you informed at once. Would that suit you?
Well, that sure sounds great to us, Doctor. Thank you.
But those are just words, so we're not budging.
Very well. At least I'll know where to find you. Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
I'm surprised by that. I mean, that's true of hospitals today?
Hay fever? What's he doing here?
Good question. Why the hell is someone with hay fever in the hospital? Kinda silly.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
She knows a lot more about medicine than I thought she would. Hey, would you let me have control now?
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
That guy's gonna be okay. I'd hate for him to die. Though I question that everyone here is even human.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out.
I'll just sleep a bit more.
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Is their mother?
Mrs. Sanders?
No. She seems dead.
Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
The file describes the state in which Irene Saunders entered the Riverside Institute, as well as the treatments administered to her. Fuller added a handwritten note. He recommends? Pretty sure it's an E, not an A, to take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with the quiet and rest that she needs. Huh. It was pretty restful.
Ah, so there's Harding. She's still sleeping. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
That's crazy. I'll tell them that.
What is the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Happening now or earlier? Because everyone's feet look
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors.
I mean, what did his feet?
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Looking at blood? That's a straitjacket.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I'm going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination. He bit his lips so much, they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling.
Such drooling?
His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Yeah, that was mean.
So, Doctor, have you been able to examine our mother?
I've tended to her, and I have good news. Her blood analysis is reassuring. Her kidneys are as new.
Are you talking about the same person? This is miraculous.
She's still recovering, but you may speak to her upon her awakening.
Oh, thank you so much, Doctor. We'll wait for her to wake up. We've been here since this morning, so it won't make a difference.
Hawkins way.
Dr. Colden. Do you want something?
Apparently not. Oh my god, it's a typewriter! I'm having flashbacks.
It's a quiet little town. Days go by, steady as ever.
What are you
I wanted
doing?
more for myself, but...
What are you... Why? Why?
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
You're a bad liar.
You're not here for treatment, right?
Am I so obvious?
Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
Only to me. I know you worry about me.
I trust you. I'm happy to see you.
Me too, Ethan. Is that all?
Well, there might be something else. I'm not sure.
Tell me.
You should be dead.
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse then. I should let you work.
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long. Almost no patients here.
Very big ears. Diphtheria is deadly. Immunization is the safeguard. Sanitation is very important.
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Do you mean the actual people here for psychiatric treatment? Oh, that's just super Christian looking.
Sorry, but nobody can take anything until I finish the inventory.
I'm not trying to
Please. The fewer interruptions there are, the faster I'll be finished.
I was just gonna talk to you, but okay. Ah, no, another typewriter. Ah, another one.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Thank you for your help, Doctor.
Thank you. I'll be going.
That's well.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
File strangely incomplete and the detail and treatment is not given. It does not respect standard practice.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
That's his office.
I don't have any business in the boiler room.
Your patient sitting here. The Reference Book of Medical Sciences. Like a dictionary, this work references in alphabetical order all the medical sciences known and practiced in the modern world. For each of the entries, the major works and the names of the reference authorities are listed.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Okay, that was bitchy. That's Fuller's office, actually.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays. What a pest. It's so unfair.
Elizabeth? You all right? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan to open a valve? Why not ask the janitor?
I can't make these decisions without her approval. Imagine if there were a leak. Anyhow, the boiler room is locked half the time. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
I think this is more more than just a water problem. Because it's pretty crazy in here, Elizabeth. Now, do I have a reason to go in the boiler room? Wait. This place is a circle. It's trying to go all the way around. When that was not necessary.
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Okay, so you're not gonna let me help her. Okay. Very confused, and then why I talked to her and learned all that. And it was acting like it wanted me to help her. So this door also just goes out into the hallway. Yeah. And there's the bathroom.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller's office. But rest assured, I'll tell him you came by.
That won't be necessary. Thank you.
I will tell him, nonetheless. I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Now, I can go cut off the water.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
really more helping that Elizabeth takes the bait and goes and talks to Donovan. Roast. I guess it's the one thing I can do.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool. The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
It could be.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion.
Go back to Elizabeth.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie. I feel I'm gonna burst.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch.
I'm
Courage,
sorry.
Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I'm really sorry. I wish I didn't have to do that to you.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. The Stendhal syndrome. Of course. This is where Fuller found his diagnosis for Francis Sanders.
A study of the Stendhal syndrome, a particularly rare mental illness. Subjects display mental disorders linked to an exposure to works of art. Sounds like bullshit. Oh, fucking fireworks again.
Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle. I've unlocked something. Patient files. I was right.
I just did that until it worked. I literally did not know what the goal was. This cylinder was hidden inside Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he submitted to Sarah Hawkins. He submitted Sarah Hawkins too. Wait, which? There's two doors.
I should go another way.
Didn't I search his office? Is there anything else to find? I don't think there is. It's not giving me the clue symbol anywhere. Unless you want me to listen to this. Yeah.
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Stop flashing the white!
James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain.
Meantime doesn't have a hyphen in it. Hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection.
I'm confused. Wait, you're saying there's still more for me to look at? What is it then?
Why is Ethan on medication?
I'm not gonna leave until I am certain that I've done everything.
This finger belonged to a woman. Why keep it here?
There we go.
I must go back to the basement.
Fuller's notes, if the evidence garnered in the Hawkins drawing room raises questions as to what became of the parents' bodies, the discoveries of Colden in the office of Fuller reinforce this conviction. That was oddly phrased. Sarah Hawkins was moved from the crime scene by none other than Dr. Fuller. Even more significant, the director of the Riverside Institute obviously had a strong obsession with the artist. The content of the cylinders recorded by the doctor proves his interest in the young painter. Summaries of psychoanalysis sessions as well as blood tests confirm the fact. In one of the cylinders, Fuller clearly states that he has hidden the body of the personal effects of one of his patients. God, those stairs are steep. What's with this bloody trail? Ah. I immediately ran into Dr. Fuller.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh no. Was that supposed to happen?
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around.
Oh, it's Drake.
Slowly.
God, he's...
Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No, he's not.
He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Yes.
Answer the question.
Mm-hmm.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go.
Did you know that's where we were hanging out?
Thank you, Drake.
Ah! Fall into Fuller's trap. What projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden? Why isn't there a period after the DR? The detective... I'm sorry, it's not gonna stop. The detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out her inquiry. Confronted with the experiments of Fuller, she got into his office and discovered that the director of the Riverside Institute was hiding information on, if not the body of, Sarah Hawkins. She was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must save her before it's too late. Sorry, there's a loose thread on my shirt that I just discovered. I'm like messing around with my clothes as I read, and I feel it. I'm like, ah. Didn't I escape this place not that long ago? Why am I back
pray
here?
that Colden is really here. And alive.
Diary of the Pastor's Wife, Volume 1. The Diary of Reverend Wickwood's wife, her husband John, built in the first Hawkins home. Wait, what? Called Hilltop, at the end of the 17th century. Her husband John built the first Hawkins home, called Hilltop, at the end of the 17th century. Why was it called Hawkins, though? Their last name's Wickwood. They were among the first white colonists of the island. The previous inhabitants disappeared mysteriously 3 centuries earlier.
The Scylla is here. Like in the vision. Colden came this way. What the... Fuller, too.
It's so weird. Read the book. More occult shit! Volume 3. This collection catalogs and classifies creatures that I had never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. It presents itself as the reference work on the bestiary of the myth, without giving details on the mythology to which it refers. Its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations. Ah! Okay, so my occult went up. It's a 3. Oh, I have 4 points available. Strengths. Let's work on psychology. Okay. Sanity. Oh, it's so low. Pierce has read the Necronomicon, drawn by the whispering of the accursed book. He forced the bookseller's safe. I didn't actually force it. I just found the code. That's not forcing it. Touched the skin binding and deciphered the last words of the crazed Abdul al-Hazred. As if as an answer to the questions that Pierce was asking himself, the book sucked in his mind and projected it into the body of Colden, silent witness to his own investigation. He followed her steps down into the cellars of the Riverside Institute, and her confrontation with Fuller returned to his own body. Pierce slowly becomes to understand that his investigation is taking him into unknown territory. The words of the Necronomicon still echo in his mind. Will he ever forget that horrifying read? Damn it, I keep getting crazier. Algernon Drake, 43, bookseller. Algernon Drake is the owner of the Nameless Bookstore and a friend of Sarah Hawkins. It would seem that the two of them were united in a common thirst for knowledge about the occult. He has a strange collection of parchments and books of spells, and he seems to know a lot about the island's clandestine activities. If I decide to explore the occult trail, he will be an excellent guide. Riverside Institute. Through the eyes of Dr. Colden, I finally visited the Riverside Institute. Didn't I escape from the Riverside Institute? The operating rooms, dormitories surround the pharmacy. Everything here has an air of respectability. Do the nurses really know, like Dr. Colden, what's going on in the cellars? What is sure is that the staff fear Fuller. It is perhaps this fear that prevents them questioning the validity of a medical center of this size on such a small island. Ugh, a scent. What? So gross looking. It's like a vagina with eyes. When they will have consumed the stellar flesh and survived the transformation, closer than ever to their new master, they will enter his sleep of death and will only awaken to answer his call. They will be called the Awakened. Extract. I'm pretty sure you mean excerpt. Extract is when you extract the essence of some sort of, you know, compound or plant. Taken from the Necronomicon by Abdul Alzared. Cthulhu, oh god. Cthulhu is looking really svelte, though. Except for those thighs, he did not stipulate date. I'm not trying to read that. Elder sign. Men discovered a protective symbol so powerful that it could remove them from the gaze of the creatures of the myth. They carved it into their jewels, painted it on the doors of their houses, and embroidered it on the clothing of their children. Maybe I should carve this into my forehead. Later, they understood that it could even exercise its power on the doors of the sunken city. Okay. Necronomicon. The words that follow are not really mine. They were communicated to me in my dreams and trances by the greatest minds in the cosmos. I take advantage of these moments of lucidity that grow ever shorter to write down these few scraps from the immense knowledge that they send crashing against my broken mind, night after night. I can only leave these crumbs of knowledge to the world in the hope that reading them will guide men. But I already fear that unholy words will stain the soul of whoever dares open this accursed collection. Because, just like prisoners whose confessions were written on their own skins, I shall protect my heritage beyond the ages. Ugh! High Priest. The call cannot, again, one word, be made without a guide. The guide does not have to see or to hear. He is fully committed to the cause of the great old one that he serves. He will find the oracle. He will pursue the truth seeker. Okay, so the High Priest is Charles Hawkins. The oracle is Sarah Hawkins. The truth seeker is Pierce. He will neither reveal nor explain, he will observe, and when the stars align and the day of awakening arrives, he will take his place and lead the call. I am literally going to open the gates to the Great Old Ones. That's what I just read.
Right. Enough time wasted. Colden needs me. I must find her. Oh no, it's the Shambler! What the fuck? My God, what is happening to me?
It's a good question. I'm very confused.
What was that? It's as if I'd been transported somewhere else.
Wait. I feel like I'm going in a circle. Because I am. Okay. I can't put up my... What does that sound? But yeah, I'm like... There's not a lot of options on directions to go, and I just keep going in a circle. I'm very confused. What does this game want from me? So every time okay. That's like the trail, but... Makes it look like I need to go over there, but I can't get over there. Is there a way of getting there? I'm not aware of? Both bricked up. Why can't I put up my light? Alright, I can't figure this out right now. We'll come back to this in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll have looked it up by then. But let's go over the schedule. Book club is November 23rd, 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. The book is The Man in the High Castle by Philip K. Dick. That's on Alex's Book Circle on Rumble. You can be on that live stream with me if you read the book and you ask me to be on the live stream. You can buy a copy of my book. There's a link in the description below, as well as a link to go to my Discord, a link to tip me, and a link to join my locals. And if you join my locals as a paying member, you get access to exclusive stuff, like the exclusive live streams that happen on Sundays, early release of some highlights reels, and stuff that's only available on locals. Let's talk about the schedule for the week. God, that's really annoying. Nothing tomorrow. Purple Tiger. And then, God, that's so loud. Yeah, that is being picked up by my mic. Um, what was I saying? Schedule for the week, right? Nothing tomorrow, or we'll see if I can do the open beta for Monster Hunter Wilds. And then, Sunday at noon, exclusive live stream. We are switching to Hogwarts Legacy. Sunday night gaming reveal live stream, and I've spun the wheel, released the wheel spin, so you can, if you're in the exclusive places, you can see the what the game is going to be. Monday, nothing. Tuesday, nothing, because Tuesday is election night, and I just assume that no one is going to be watching. People are going to be watching like political podcasts doing like live updates of the election for the most part. Wednesday, the dim news on the dim side, we're talking about the election. Thursday, at noon, the rerun of the exclusive live stream for Hogwarts Legacy. Thursday night is the dim stream, and we're on the dim side on Rumble, and we're talking about Rosemary's Baby, 1BR, and I think Apartment 7A. Friday night, nothing. And that is the schedule for the week. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Merch. Yeah. Check out my new shop at cafepress.com/outsofalltrades for all kinds of products with my face on them.